Good morning, you guys. Okay, so this is the end of the year math assessment. Many of you, as you go through, will remember it from the beginning of the year. I may have to record this in 2 or 3 settings, so be aware of that if I say stop and to look for the next one. Okay, most important right now, could you please put your name and number up here in the top? I don't want you to go through all this work and then have it not be recorded under your name. So for the next 4 problems, you're going to write a number model and you must use a question mark. Do you see this part right here, boys and girls? You must use the question mark in your number model, okay? And you're going to you're going to solve the problem and write the answer. So let's look at the first one. The second grade class has 25 children. The first grade class has 20 children. How many children are there in all? Remember, what are there in all indicates that you must do with your numbers. Okay, so you're going to write a number model right here with 25 second graders and 20 first graders and put a question mark for how many there are in all. This area down here, could you work out your problem and show your work and then put your answer here. Moving on to number 2. We're going to do the same thing as number 1. There are 42 cars in the parking lot. 30 cars leave. How many cars are left in the parking lot? So think about what that means that you're going to do with these numbers. So you're going to write here 42 cars, 30 cars leave, with a question mark on how many are left. Use this area once again to work out your problem and put your answer down here on how many cars were left in the parking lot after some left. Number 3. Sean has 24 crayons. His teacher gave him 24 more. Then he lost 8 crayons. How many crayons does he have now? So think about that and write your number model here. He had 24. And his teacher gave him 24 more, and then he lost 8. How many does he have in the end? Use this area to show your work, and your answer goes here. Don't forget to put your question mark at the end of your number model up here, please. Number 4, continuing to do the same thing we've done 1 through 3. 45 children are on the bus. At the first stop, 8 more children get on the bus. At the next stop, 16 children get off the bus. How many children are left on the bus now? So let's think about it and write our number model. 45 children are on the bus. 8 more children get on the bus. 16 children get off the bus. How many are left? Remember the keywords in the story problem that help indicate what you are to do, either adding or subtracting. Do your work down here and put your answer here, please. Okay, let's look at number 5. Number 5 right here, the circle. Okay, A says to divide the circle into 3 equal parts. This one's quite tricky, boys and girls. I just want to indicate. So you need to think about this one. They have to be equal. So when you divide that circle into 3 parts, you need to look at it and go, are they all equal sizes? If they're not, try another way. We have erasers for a reason, okay? Okay, B, use words to name one part of this. So look up here. Name one part and put your answer here. Now you're going to use words to name all the parts. So all of this goes here. Good job, boys and girls. 6. My goodness, listen to me. 6A. Write any 3-digit number. Okay, so I want you to think of a number that has 3 numbers in it. And I want you to write it right here on these lines. So put one number here, put another number here, and put another number here. It doesn't matter what your numbers are. You get to make them up, so you get to choose what you would like them to be. Now let's look down here. We're going to use the numbers you made up here, and we're going to put them down here. B, write the value of each digit in your number. How much they're worth. What is how much they're worth? Their place value. Remember that, place value. So the value of, take this number right here and put it here. And then tell me what is the value right next to it. Okay, now take the second number that you wrote here and put it in the second area here. Now tell me over here, what is the value of that number up here? Okay, now take this last number right here, put it in the last area down here, and then tell me what its value is here. So look here, what is its value? This one's value goes here, and this one's value goes there. Their place value, how much they're worth. Be careful. Let's look at number 7. Kian and Dartiana showed the same number with base 10 blocks. So this is one way. I want you to add these here and put that total right here on this blue line. Okay, now I want you to add this student's, add all that up. Be careful because they're very close, so I don't want you to get confused. And put their total right here on the blue line. And as you can see, you should have the same number for both students. It should be the same because it said it right here, the same number. What is that number? Put it right here. Okay, so take this number and they should be the same. If they're not, you miscounted and you need to go back and look. Now put that number right here. Okay, let's look at B. We're still talking about these base 10 blocks up here on B. Use base 10 shorthand to show this number in another way. Okay, now remember, this here is base 10 shorthand. This is base 10 shorthand, is the using longs, cubes, and flats to write a number. So using longs, cubes, and flats, take this number here and draw it down here. But here's the thing. You cannot draw it the way he drew it, and you cannot draw it the way she drew it. You have to make up a third way to draw that number all on your own. And I know you can do this. You got this. Just be creative and thoughtful and go slow. Okay, C. Whose way is easiest to tell what the number is? Okay, so if I look up here, was this easy to tell what the number was and count it? Or was this easier to tell the number and count it? Which way do you think is easiest to count and know the number quickly? I want you to put their name right here on this line. Okay, now you can't just do that. You need to tell me with your words and explain every thought that went through your head why that way is easiest. Did you pick this way? Well, why is that the easiest way? Or did you pick this way? Why is that easiest for you? Explain in words here. If you need more room, you can go along this edge or on the back of the paper if I didn't double-side it. Okay? Number 8. Okay, I have a 0 in tens place, I have a 7 in the hundreds place, and I have a 0 in the ones place. What number am I? So as I read them again, I want you to write them down here. Okay? A 0 in the tens place, a 7 in the hundreds place, and a 0 in the ones place. Okay, did you get that written down? Awesome. Now, we're going to come down to number 9. You're going to use greater than, less than, or equal to mark what these numbers are. Please be very careful. There's some tricky ones. Remember the trick I taught you when the numbers are the same and you're not quite sure, and so you're going to be really careful. Remember the trick I taught you so you can see that wisely. Go ahead and do A through D. Okay, now we're going to look at letter E right here. Explain how you got your answer to 9D. So let's look at 9D. Here's 9D, this one right here, 934 and 943. Can you explain how you knew which one was greater than the other one? How did you know what to put there. And I need you to really be thoughtful, and I need you to use hundreds, tens, and ones, tens, and hundreds place in your answer. I need you to use those words in there if possible, or talk about this number was so much less or so much more than another number, or talk about the strategy where we started in the hundreds place and compared, then we started in the tens place and compared, then we went all the way down to the ones place. So those are 3 different ways you could try and word that for E. Okay, I think I could get one more in. Yes. You're going to solve A, B, C, and D, and E and F. Here's the thing. Be very, very careful. I highlighted here so you remember this is addition. This is addition. Then it switches. This one is subtraction, and this one is subtraction. Then they come down here and they go addition and addition again. And this may be a little confusing for some students. So here's the thing. There's room over here. If you need to write it up and down like these are, change these numbers. Put it here and write it up and down. Take this number. Put it here and write it up and down. Remember, I want you to make math what you know and understand. Okay? I'm going to pause here before we go on to G. And I'm going to stop and upload this one, and then when you join me back, we'll continue on this page and start talking about G. So go ahead, be very careful and take your time, please. Thank you.